Again. You done?
A few moments later. One eternity later.
Welcome to 3&D podcast. We're live here in the 3&D studio with Moz. And today we've got a very special guest coming to us live from Australia's dirty south.
Mexico.
Right.
The
It
man.
is Yoz.
Greetings, everybody.
What's happening, Yoz?
Happy to be here again.
Greetings
How you
and
Moz?
salutations.
How you going, Naps? Good to see you all.
Yeah, man.
It's
Likewise.
good to see. So we're a few thousand kilometers apart, well, actually 1,000-something kilometers apart. But this week we're going to kick it off with, as we get closer to the end of the season, we're now, over 60 games, so only 20 odd games to go.
Officially over 3/4.
Yeah, so it's getting very
65
close to the
games.
postseason. So we're going to do a episode where we discuss some of the moves, predictions, some of the sleepers that we expect to see from the postseason. So we're going to do a very early postseason episode, and we'll follow it up probably in a couple more episodes. So I'm going to throw it out there. What are your thoughts as we get to over 60 games played? Any surprises with the standings? Anyone that you're expecting should be higher up, or what are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. I'll start with our guest in Melbourne. So, Yoz, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, to be honest, for me, one of the biggest thing happening is Cat going down. I thought Minnesota had finally got over that hump and become, all right, they're a genuine, legitimate contender this time. But now watching them today and everything that unfolded, I'm sure we'll speak about it later on, it's got me questioning, what's Minnesota's roof this postseason? What is it going to look like come playoff time?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, is Ant enough to carry them? I don't think so.
Let's be real, like, Rudy Gobert's nothing special, man. Like,
No,
especially when you don't know.
Yeah, you got a team of, it's looking a lot like the Pat Bev, playoff situation. So I don't see them going any higher. But so you mentioning the West. So maybe we'll start with the East first, because let me see if I can kick it up on the screen, actually.
Who would they verse in the first round? If the playoffs was to start today, they're coming second, yeah?
Let's speak about the East first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've got the West here. So let's kick it to the East.
Yeah.
Yep,
sorry,
go
man.
for it. No, go.
For me in the East, it's something I said, I think, second episodes as well. I'm like, Boston's got no chance of winning the championship. They're exposed for who they are. I do not think pressure time they'll be able to handle it. I still don't see him a legitimate contender for a championship.
Wow.
How many rounds do you reckon they'll go? Do you reckon they'll even make the conference finals?
I think it'll be horrible if they don't make the conference finals, and it is a possibility depending on who they match up against. But I do see them losing in the conference finals.
So you see them come now to at least 2 rounds, right?
Oh, yeah. If they don't, look, let me put it down to you like this. If Embiid comes back from injury and he's healthy enough to play 7 games and the minutes he's accustomed to, and they face Boston,
In the first round.
I don't see Boston beating them.
I think the news is Embiid will be on limits restrictions.
Yeah, but the thing is, hang on. Before we get to the Sixers, okay, so Celtics have secured the 1 spot. I don't see anyone knocking them down off the 1 spot unless they choose to, have some play a bit of checkers and try to
They're dead team actually
change
too.
matchups. But What do we got? So if everything was to start today, they're playing either the Pacers or the Sixers or the Bulls or one of the play-in teams.
Most likely Sixers.
I mean, Heat, I think, are gonna, secure that 6, if not move up past Magic.
Yeah, Magic's dropped off.
Yeah, I think Magic have people have figured them out. I think they had a good run in the beginning, but I don't see them going much further.
What's their for and against? Does it say for and against on here? It doesn't say.
Sure. So if Boston was to play one of those play-in teams, you still don't think that they're going to go deep?
Look, if they played a play-in team and it was Philly with Embiid, I reckon they'd lose the first round. But any other team, I reckon they'll go to the conference finals, and I think they'll wet the bed in the conference finals. Too much pressure for them. They're mentally not a strong team.
Who do you see
skill in
coming
the
out of
world,
the East?
but mentally weak. Sorry, Moz?
Who do you see coming out of the East?
Who I want to see coming out of the East is Philly. I've been wanting to see Philly get a championship for 5 years now. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to win it, but if Embiid is healthy, I can't really put anyone above him.
Don't forget Max is out as well.
For now. How long is Maxi out?
Well, they've got a few players out though. Because I was watching today. I was watching Philly today, man. They were a rubbish team. They're rubbish.
But look, hey, don't get it twisted. They still made a run. They came back to a 10-point, 9-point.
Yeah, that was all Tobias.
Last quarter.
That was all Tobias.
That's what I'm saying. You got to remember, I think Buddy Hield had like 3 fouls or what. Buddy Hield was gone. Like, for some reason, he wasn't playing that last quarter. I know Kelly Oubre, he played well, but
Kelly Oubre doesn't last.
I do see that they've got people. Yeah, but if you've got those pieces that could manage to hold their own today, and then you put Maxi and Embiid there, and they get out of the play-in and get into the playoffs first round, I can't put anyone in the East above that team.
So do you think the Raptors? Do you think so
if healthy, I agree.
So do you think the play-in? Do you reckon the play-in teams are going to stay as they are? I mean, the Raptors are what, 3 games behind? Sorry, No,
Raptors are out of it. Raptors, don't forget. So I was having a look at this before we started
because I don't see the Nets making a run.
No. So it's pretty much it's as is. The only difference is Sixers will probably drop down to 9 and 10, and the Bulls will move up to 7 and 8 with the Pacers. So you've got 9 and 10 will be Hawks and Sixers. So they have to play twice to make it through, whereas Pacers and Bulls only have to win once to make it to playoffs. Is that right? Yours?
Yeah.
That's how they're playing tournament.
Yeah, 7 and 8 get two chances.
Embiid has to do a lot more work just to make the playoffs.
Yeah, is it all worth it? So Hawks, I mean, they'd be silly to try to make a run without Trey. But
DJ Money, man, did you see him today?
He's been playing. He's been balling.
It's like his team. He's taken over. It's pretty much his team. I've got a feeling the Hawks are setting up to transition away from Trae Young. I think they're setting up Trae Young for off-season trade.
So is there any surprises in that list?
Yeah, the Raptors. I was saying earlier to yours, it's been almost a full decade since we've seen the Raptors. I don't know what they came last season, but it's been a full decade since we've seen them out of the top 5. They've been consistent. One of the consistent teams in the East.
They lost Nick Nurse. They lost Siakam.
This season, they've lost a lot.
Everyone.
Yeah, but they've been the most consistent.
Yeah.
Huh?
Did you say a full decade?
Yeah, it's been a full decade. The whole decade they've been coming into the playoffs, and every time they get matched up with LeBron takes them out.
Yeah, but we're forgetting they won a championship.
Yeah, but I'm saying, exactly. But they've been in the top 5.
He's saying
in
the
the
Raptors.
standings.
The Raptors. We're talking about disappointments or surprises in that list. He's saying, yeah, he expected the Raptors
Yeah, okay.
higher.
You know what I mean? It's a big drop off from
definitely. The moves. Yeah, they made the wrong moves. I don't think they were actually trying to contend.
So for me, I mean, a surprise is not really a surprise, but I expected the Nets to be higher. But the season they've had,
or Ben Simmons.
they're exactly where they should be.
We all had high hopes for Ben Simmons, to be honest.
And obviously the Hornets. I mean, Hornets have been a big
Yeah,
disappointment
but
this year.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Coming into the season and everyone was healthy, Pistons is the biggest disappointment.
No, I never.
We did not expect Pistons to bloody lose. What was the record?
I didn't expect
30 games in a row?
Listen, the Detroit Piss Pants are exactly where they should be. Okay, I've got no love lost for them. I don't even consider them.
Really?
To be...
You didn't expect them to make at least 10? They had a full healthy squad coming into the season.
Cade Cunningham's overrated, in my opinion.
Ooh.
He's on a shit team looking good. I mean, this was Shea a few years ago. Now he's actually come into a really good player. So it's fine.
You reckon it's too early for Cade to be put on the mantle?
I think they propped him up way too much. It's a poor kid, you know.
Yep.
He's doing his best.
What do you reckon?
He's a great player. Too many high expectations on him.
Do you reckon he's number one option on the team, though?
He's the only option on that team.
No, but on a normal team, would he be the number one option or number two?
I don't know, man. If they had like a setup like the Cavs, I could see him, you know, being a powerful second or even a first.
Well, let's switch it up. Let's move Maxi to the Pistons and Cade to the Sixers.
Maxi to the Pistons.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see the Sixers
Cade
actually
hands
doing some damage. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
The big difference, right?
You put Cade on that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's past first as well. It's very rare to see players like that at his age.
He's a solid player. I don't think he should be the number one option on the championship building team.
No.
No.
Like I said, if you had to...
Sorry?
The point guard usually shouldn't be the number one scoring option on a team. It should always be the facilitator and getting everybody else going.
Yeah, he meant number one option. As in,
number one option in everything, like playmaking.
As in the ball should be with ball dominant, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a point guard, he should be ball dominant. But number one, I define number one option as separate. Like when I look at number one option, it's not about who's starting the offense or bringing the ball up. It comes down to who's that guy that you're going to go to first. Who's that guy that's going to give you a bucket first?
Who we running
my
the play
interpretation of the number one option.
Yeah. And who we're running the play for. Like every time there's an inbound pass or clutch moment, we're running the play for that number one option player. Majority of the time.
Yeah.
Agree?
So, yeah, definitely. I mean, well, look, it depends. It depends because you wouldn't consider Chris Paul to be a number one option. He's ball dominant.
No.
But Harden, you would consider a number one option. He's ball dominant. So
not in the playoffs.
Well, it depends on the team. I mean,
well, you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
He was number one for Houston. So do you reckon? Okay, so here's some. Let's do some controversial stuff.
So where do we see the Knicks?
I think the Knicks can come out of the East without Embiid. The only people that I think the only team they've got in front of them, in my opinion, would be the Heat.
We all agree the Heat are the underdogs of the East because they always bring it in the playoffs.
The Heat upset a lot of teams. No one wants to verse them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
no one wants to touch them in the playoffs, man. No one.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I've got the Knicks coming out of the East as a sleeper.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a big call. That's a very big call.
I think there's just too many questions around the Bucks' health, and Dame's starting to lead that team. Giannis Giannis is worrying me, man. I mean,
He killed it today.
yeah, but he's the type of player that'll play through injury, and I think that's what he's doing. And I have a feeling something bad's going to happen if he keeps going in this trajectory. Achilles is no joke. The other day they announced he had Achilles tendonitis.
yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, but his coach is a doctor.
And he's plowing. The thing is, he's plowing through players. You saw him today
Yeah,
go
man.
through,
He doesn't care.
Anthony Davis. That's the type of player that he is. So
He's an OG.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Bucks are probably going to be one of those upsets. That they're going to be upset. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the first round. To be honest.
Cavs, you don't see going through?
No.
Yeah.
No. Cavs. I love the Cavs. I love Darius.
Whoa. Pause. Let me ask you something, Abs. You honestly don't find the Cavs a credible threat?
They are.
Because
They are. But I don't see
the
them.
way
I
they
don't
play
see them going.
basketball right now. Think about it like this: who's out on their team at the moment? Donovan
Yeah,
Mitchell's
and
out, right? Who else is out? Evan Mobley's out. Who else is out? Max Strus is out. Did you see them today?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played solid,
Yeah,
man.
they went to OT, didn't they?
Jared
Is that the
Allen.
game?
No,
Who went to OT?
Bro, they won
Um,
today. What do you like?
the guy that did the
Oh
dollar
no,
sign,
sorry,
Rudy
they were
Gobert.
up. They were up by. Yeah, no, I saw the end of that one. Yeah,
Hey,
look, I said I saw the end of that game. I didn't actually
The
watch
dollar
the whole
sign.
game.
they came from a 22-point fourth quarter downing
Yeah.
to get
They
into
pumped
overtime.
So did they? What was that reporter's question to Westbrook?
I find
Did
them
they
a very
win or
credible
did
threat.
they lose? You remember that?
No.
The
Hey?
reporter asked Westbrook when one time when they lost, he asked, "Did you guys lose or did the other team win?" And Westbrook turned around and
He's
goes,
like,
"What?"
So the Cavs, for me, the biggest issue I have with the Cavs is we don't know whose team it is still. And if Mitchell comes back, they're going to have that same confusion again. And it's going to be in the wrong time to have that confusion. And that's
Did you
why.
notice the past? Did you notice when before Donovan Mitchell went down, how they were balling out as a team? They were playing team basketball, man. They were playing good basketball, and having Jared Allen and when Mobley's back, having Mobley as well, that's a very good defending and rebounding team, man. And both Jared Allen and Evan Mobley are giving you 15 to 20 points on any given night, double doubles, man.
Oh, don't forget the
Two guys
rebound
giving you
and the
double-doubles.
interior defense.
Yeah. Look, like I said, this is just how I see it. I just don't think they, skill-wise, yeah, definitely they've got it. I really like that team. Jared Allen's one of my favorite, big or semi-big men. He's an exciting player to watch. Yeah. I don't see them going. I don't see them going far. That's just a gut feeling.
Now you said Cavs, it sparked what I was thinking earlier. I actually had this discussion earlier again with my brother. That's one team that we think, definitely is a sleeper, and they don't look asleep. So they look like they're coming. But
Well, they're number 2.
fair enough, man. If you don't see that, hey,
They're number 2. They should be a contender.
yeah, but I'm saying they're not a sleeper. They're a team that I find a legitimate threat.
Yeah, no, I'm
More
saying
so than Miami.
I'm saying I don't see them going through. I'm not saying they're not a sleeper or they're not a threat. I just don't see them going through. This year, I would see Knicks going through just purely on momentum and passion. I just see Brunson. He just seems like he wants it more. And I think Julius Randle's coming back soon.
Don't forget OJ Anobi. Is he coming back?
Julius Randle's a flop, man. You got Brunson, he's a baller, straight out baller. He's not enough. But Julius Randle.
Yeah, look, I think he adds another dimension to their offense. And he's left-handed, right?
Yeah, it's a lefty. That goes to his right.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think that's a nice little, thing to have on your team, and he can score, man. He can play. I think the Knicks are, they're just going from strength to strength, and I can see them going through, especially this year. Celtics look like they're starting to buckle. We'll see if they can bounce back. And Bucks, I'm worried about their injuries. The Heat are always, one of those teams that are just sheer passion and will. And Sixers, I think even if Embiid comes back, I don't think they're going through this year. That's just the way I see it. Everyone else, I don't see them as, I see them as just
Well, look, I'll tell you from
fuel for the
experience.
fire.
I'll tell you from experience, the Knicks always buckle when it comes to playoffs.
They do. But I just feel like this year's different, man. I don't know why.
No, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't think this Knicks team is better than the Carmelo Anthony era Knicks team. I think the Carmelo Anthony Knicks team was better. So I don't see them going further than round 2.
And the Bulls look, actually the one team, yeah, my sleeper would be the Bulls.
I got Pacers.
No, look.
How can you go past number one offensive team in the league?
Do you know the problem I have with the Pacers?
They're starting to is hectic, mate.
Yeah, I agree. But Pacers have picked up defense as well.
My issue with the Pacers is they remind me too much of the Magic. Not in style, in terms of just as soon as teams figure them out. Yeah, I don't think they.
I don't agree because Orlando doesn't have someone that can average double-digit assists per game.
Yeah, but they have Franz Wagner and
they don't move the ball like Pacers do.
I'm just saying they remind me of that, like in terms of how far
the
they
Magic
can go.
is a very good 1-2 punch team, whereas with Halliburton on the Pacers, you've got all 5 players involved, so it's very different game style.
I think Magic are trash.
Why is their match?
I think Indiana have a good team basketball culture building there, but I do agree with Nabs. I think they're a bit one-dimensional. They rely solely on the facilitation of Tyrese Halliburton. And there's nights where you get this fella. I mean, there's not long ago he had 0 points. I mean, there's nights where he's just not an offensive threat at all. And when you take him out of the game, and then if you think about it, Miles Turner, he can put points on the board, but he's a liability a lot on offense as well. Like there's nights where he'll have on defense, he'll have 3 fouls quick. His defense is nothing special to write home about. He put that in a playoff position. I don't see him guarding the big men and stopping them. I see him getting in foul trouble early and leaving them without, bigs, relying solely on Pascal Siakam.
Yeah, but I don't think they've integrated Siakam properly into the team yet. You can see Siakam's still trying to find his roots in that team.
Yep.
Especially with Halliburton.
It's like they're giving him carte blanche to score.
Let me ask you a question.
Giving him the carte blanche to go ahead and score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you have a look on the defensive scheme of things, you can see that the Pacers are still trying to sort it out between Naismith, Siakam. Who else is their strongest?
You're right. Because it went from a point where Halliburton was like averaging over, 13, 14, 15 assists.
Yeah.
And then Siakam, for a short period, they gave him, it was almost like it was his team for a bit.
Well, Halliburton was injured as well, too.
Injured.
Yeah.
But even when he came back, it was almost like they were trying to integrate him.
And they still haven't sorted it out,
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
So they're going to be a threat. If they get sorted out come playoffs, they're going to be a threat.
So here's a question, okay? When have we seen a style of play like the Pacers translate in the playoffs? That fast-paced run and gun.
Rockets with James Harden.
Yeah, but they
Mike D'Antoni, he's known for that. That's what his coaching expertise is.
Los Angeles.
Run and gun.
And you've seen them go all the way?
The Clippers as well. Yes, I agree. No,
So neither
well,
one
they
of those
missed,
franchises
what was it?
have
They
won.
missed 13 threes in a row
So
in the
neither
Game 7 series.
go on.
I agree.
You're forgetting
but look,
Showtime Lakers, man.
also it comes down to the same style they play. They live and die off that three. Both teams. Or not both teams, but every single run and gun team lives off the three-point line. So it doesn't translate to a slow, gritty game in the playoffs.
So I don't see that style of play going far in the playoffs. And
Look.
if they do, I think it'll stop at the conference finals. I don't think it'll go all the way to the final.
But the X factor is Siakam. He doesn't play that three.
That's fine, but can the whole team play that type of play?
If Siakam forces them to slow down, I think.
So they're going to learn on the fly. They're going to learn on the job.
They've still got what, 20 games to sort it out.
Yeah. I think that's something.
And Rick Carlisle is known to bring down the pace of the team. Look what he did with Luka.
Yours, what do you think?
Well, if you go back in history, Showtime Lakers had exactly that. Run and gun basketball, as many possessions as you can. That was their whole ideology. As many possessions as we can. Fast. More shots equals more baskets. And they went all the way.
So in the playoffs, they played the same way.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure they slowed down in the playoffs as well.
You got to remember, there was like three coaches over that period, but the one coach that implemented before he was injured and put out, that was the style of play that they were playing. They were very adamant to continue to play that way until you had Pat Riley dial it down, bro.
I'm just saying, we know the playoffs slow you down.
100%.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the run and gun of that era and the run and gun of this era.
Because the run and gun of that area was still in a physical time.
And not only that, it was a run and gun into the paint. Nowadays, it's run and gun to the 3-point line.
Not necessarily.
Well, it's all transition. Like, you can run and gun into the paint, and if you kick it out to the 3-point line, it's still, you could have got the 2 points. It's just they're opting to kick it out and hit the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
agree.
But it's a good analogy because the playoffs going over 7 games. Not analogy. Good example, because over 7 games, continuously playing like that, it's going to take a lot of toll on the body. And
wear and tear.
Yeah, over seven games, you're right, Nabs. Like, even though it is a successful style of play, you're going to risk a lot of injuries and a lot of wearing out. It's very hard. It's hard to pull off that style of basketball. Have to be more structured, more chess-like.
It'll be interesting because if the Pacers finish 7th and the first round, they'll be matching up with the Cavs.
I see them a non-factor. If they match up with the Cavs win. I reckon they win that 2 to maybe Indiana still 1 or 2 games.
I think Donovan Mitchell, which was probably too strong.
So let's move on to the West.
It's not Mitchell, it's someone else. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on.
So let's move on to the West. So right now, we're looking at the top 3 spots are still undefined, potentially top 4. Where do you see it finishing? Who do you see on top in the standings at the end of the season?
Nuggets.
West is hard, man. West is hard.
Nuggets.
You got Nuggets.
Let me ask.
I reckon Nuggets number 1. I reckon Timberwolves are going to drop to probably the 5th.
You got Nuggets and Clippers moving up to 1 and 2, and Thunder moving down to 3.
Again, for me, Clippers are a non-factor in the playoffs, man. But position-wise, I reckon it'll be Nuggets and Clippers.
So just with the top 4, I've got a question. Do you think there are strategies at play now? Do you think the coaches are already now trying to work on matchups and
Yeah.
playing accordingly?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Do you remember?
Because-
Do you remember Moz when we had discuss? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, all good, keep going.
I was just gonna say. Do you remember when we had the discussion 2 weeks ago? I think 3 weeks ago, and it was about. I was saying that Luca will be playing for the play-in, and you're like, they're sitting great. Look at where they are now, mate. Look, straight 8,
Yeah, the 8th.
literally in that play-in position.
Yeah, but they're not
I knew
that
that would
far
happen.
behind.
I knew that they'd be battling for that play-in. Huh?
They're not that far behind from where are they?
I know.
They're 3 games behind the Suns, which sit behind the Pelicans, which sit 5th. So it's all tight, man.
Yeah, but the Pelicans. Yeah, I know. But I that's what I mean. I reckon they will be battling for that position, the 7th or 8th.
I think the Kings will
unfortunately-
drop down and the Mavs will move up.
You reckon Kids are going to drop down? Kings are going to drop?
Yeah, well, they're 7th
But as
and Mavs are 8th.
Dallas.
Yeah, I think Dallas will move up to 7th or even 6th spot, and Pelicans might move down.
See, but the Pels are coming strong now. With this whole Zion at the point, it's
I know,
proving
man.
efficient.
Yeah, what the
And
Timberwolves
if
move
Brandon
down.
Ingram can get Timberwolves are definitely going down, man. Like again, I believe it's a non-factor in playoffs. Timberwolves and Clippers, non-factors.
So Yoz, since you're on that, who have you got top 4? How's it finishing?
All right, I reckon top 4 at the end of the regular season, which will be no
Yes.
indication of who's going to win which in my eyes isn't an indication of who's going to win the championship. So I reckon it will be Nuggets. I reckon Clippers. I think maybe the Kings and the Suns,
Oof.
or Suns
Okay.
and the Kings.
Oof. In the top 4.
Yeah, because I need to see Devin Booker healthy. I need to see Kevin Durant healthy, and then I want to see what's going on.
What about Bradley Beal? You don't want to see him healthy?
Bro, that guy.
So you've got
I like
sorry.
Bradley Beal.
So one more time, who have you got? Nuggets number 1.
I got Nuggets, Clips, Kings and Suns, or Suns and Kings. But either way, that's a 4.
Wow. You reckon Thunder's going to drop all the way down to 6?
Sorry,
How'd
I
you
couldn't
go?
see. I'm sorry, my brother. I couldn't see that. I couldn't see Thunder there at all. I just had to lift up the screen. My bad. No, I don't believe that. All I saw here is Wolves, Nuggets, Clips, and Pels. I'm sorry about that.
He got Thunder, bro.
So if that's the case, I would say it would be Nuggets and Thunder. Nuggets, Thunder, Clippers, and Pelicans or Suns. I think it's going to say very similar.
Ooh.
Very similar.
So you've got Timberwolves dropping all the way to 5th or 6th.
Yeah, man. Even lower. No, they can't go lower. But I mean,
How
I
could
do
you get
definitely
there?
have them.
Yeah, it's what, 20 plus
That's what I
games?
said. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
just said. They can't drop that low. But yeah, I definitely have Timberwolves dropping out of the equation there.
What about you, Moz?
Top 4.
Look, top 4, I've got. It's very hard to move Thunder out of the top 4 or the Nuggets or the Clippers. Timberwolves, I see dropping to 5th and 6th. I say the Pelicans moving up because they've got better depth than the Suns. I say the Kings dropping down. And the Mavs moving up into the top 5.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, because the Kings aren't the same team as they were last season. So they're going to be the non-factor in the playoffs.
So one more time, who have you got?
I see Thunder staying in top 4. I see Nuggets staying in the top 4. I see the Clippers staying in the top 4. And then Pelicans will probably push to that top 4 the way they're playing now. I think in the West, their depth on that team is probably 3rd best of the whole West Conference. They've got the 3rd best depth.
When healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
Who have
Depth-wise.
you got
And
winning?
Hang on.
Oh, I think we'll come to that just a little bit
So-
after we hear what
So
Nabs'
you haven't
top four.
committed. You haven't committed to 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're just saying those teams will be in the top 4.
Yeah, I haven't committed to which order. So I've got Thunder, Nuggets, Clippers,
So you're bitching it.
and Pelicans in the top 4, but I don't know which order.
Yours, is he bitching it or what?
Well, if you
A
want
little
me to
bit
give
of it, but
look, if you want me to give a specific order, I've got Thunder staying at 1, and who's the coach for the Clippers?
Ty Lue.
Ty Lue. So yeah, because Ty Lue likes to play the standings. That's what he did with LeBron. He was never he was never enticed by winning the conference championship. He was never enticed with getting standings, number 1 standing. But Nuggets will be forced to go number 2. And I think Nuggets will be happy to stay in number 2. And Pelicans will probably move up to number 3. And Clippers will be happy to stay at number 4.
So
I think
Thunder
Clippers-
do you think
stays
Ty
number
Lue's
1.
coaching?
Well, Ty Lue has never ever been interested in getting that number 1 spot. He's more happy with getting an easy route to the finals. So if he stays at
Do
number
you think
4,
Ty Lue,
who will be versing their first round will be either Kings and Suns, or
all right,
even the Mavs.
do you think Ty Lue was coaching LeBron James's team?
How many times did he do rest days?
Did he coach the Cavs? Or did LeBron coach the Cavs?
I can only go by what LeBron says, and LeBron says Ty Lue coached the Cavs.
Okay, so LeBron says he doesn't play GM too.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't Tampa.
He always
GM,
says
Doesn't take
low
steroids.
Look, listen. Either way, we know that from history, Ty Lue has never been interested in getting that number 1 standing spot. He's been more interested in getting the easier route to the finals. Now, whether he was coaching
But that
LeBron or
is
not,
that is
he would have taken a page out of LeBron's thought process.
okay. So if you're number 1 seed, if you get to the number 1 seed, that's literally taking the easiest route to the finals. You are versing the
Not
worst team.
necessarily, because you're going to be matching up with either the Lakers or the Kings in the first round.
Yeah, I'm saying technically speaking, you're versing the worst team in that
Not
city.
really.
Win-loss based on win-loss, yeah.
Based on win-loss, yes, but based on personnel, no.
Okay, I agree with you on that.
He got
I do
Lakers
agree
versus
with that.
Thunder in the first round.
Hey,
First round matchup,
I
Lakers
got Lakers
versus
winning the
Thunder.
championship if mate, I got Lakers possibly going the entire way, mate.
Yeah, see, well, I guarantee you, Nuggets don't want to see Lakers in the first round.
Lakers don't want to see Nuggets. That's the difference, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't
Lakers
know. I
definitely don't
think,
want to see the Nuggets at all.
look, I'll be honest. Nuggets aren't the most dominant team in the league this year.
Hang on. Let's
But against
finish one
Lakers,
thing.
oof.
Let's finish one thing. Your top 4 was?
Thunder,
Yep.
Nuggets,
Yep.
Clippers. Pelicans and Clippers.
So Timberwolves are dropping.
Yeah, Timberwolves will drop.
Okay.
I see them dropping out of the top 6 even.
Okay. All right. For me, it's all about the chess moves. That's how I see it. I think Nuggets want to be number 1, number 2. They match up better with either the
Kings. Well,
even it could be even the Warriors. It could be the Warriors and it could be the
I don't
Lakers.
see the Warriors making the playoffs.
I think the Nuggets, with their confidence and the way they're playing, I mean, Aaron Gordon's looking really good lately, man. I'm really surprised the way that he's playing. I think they don't care. I feel like they just don't care and they want the number 1 no matter what. I don't think they want to be in that the spot that they're in, or in the 4th or 5th spot, because I don't think they match up well with the other teams there. So I see them pushing for number 1, number 2. I think Thunder and Timberwolves are so young and dumb that they'll be trying to contest for that number 1, number 2 as well. I don't think they'll both get it. I think the Thunder might hold on to it. But I think they're that dumb that they'll want those 2 spots, which means they'll have a first round exit, in my opinion, if they go up against any one of those playing teams. Especially, I mean, the Kings, they've been a bit off, but the way they played in the playoffs last year, I think they're going to build on that with Mike Brown, and they'll be a formidable force. So I don't think those 2 teams match up well against any one of those teams. And I think the Clips also will be trying to push for a higher seed, because they would want to get rid of the Lakers and the Warriors earlier on, before they build momentum if they go further, if they go deep. So the way I see it, I think is very similar to you. I think it'll be Thunder or Nuggets, number 1, number 2. So I'll just flip a coin and say Nuggets. Thunder, number 2. Timberwolves will drop to... Yeah, I think I've got a similar standing to you. So I think it'll be Thunder number 1. Thunder number 1, Nuggets number 2. Clippers number 3, and Timberwolves, I think, will drop down to number 4, and then Pelicans will be number 5, yeah, or whoever.
Got him in the top 4.
So your top 4 is pretty much the same, just different order.
No,
yeah,
he has Timberwolves.
I've got Pelicans moving up and Timberwolves dropping
yeah,
down.
no, I've got Pelicans staying lower than top 4.
Not the way they play, man.
I agree with Moz.
That's how I've got it, and purely on the matchups, I think Nuggets is probably one of the only teams that don't care about the matchups, and Clippers are desperate to avoid, in my opinion, the Suns, Mavs, or the Kings. I don't think they really care too much about, but I don't think they want to play any one of those teams. I think they'd rather take on the Lakers or the Warriors in a 7-game series. That's how I see it. Sleepers. Yeah, let's move on to sleeper teams. Who do you actually, before we do that, who are the surprises, top and bottom? Who was a surprise, a surprise team that made it higher than where you think they should be? And who failed this year, from your perspective?
I got Grizzlies. Because
injuries, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate Ja Morant coming back and getting injured for the rest of the season. So
man, he looked so good when he came back.
Man, when Ja Morant came back, that first game, he pretty much gave the middle finger to Adam Silver. It was like, I'm back. This is my league.
So you've got the Grizzlies underperforming?
Well, you can't blame them. They got Brandon Clark out, Ja Morant out, Marcus Smart out, Desmond Bain out, GG's out now.
Is he?
Yeah.
What happened to GG?
I don't know, man. Just, yeah.
GG, my Spo boy.
But I don't know, mate. I don't know if Grizzlies were planning to shut down the season this year because
I don't think so.
Of the Morant suspension, but it didn't look like it when he came back.
Didn't look like they wanted to try after Morant.
After he Morant got injured, they just said, yes, stuff it.
So you've got them as the underperforming. What about
the surprise? That was the surprise of the year.
Surprise as in their lowest. Is there anyone that you think overperformed or
overperformed?
Overachieved?
Yeah, I did expect Timberwolves to be number 2. I don't think either one of us expected Timberwolves to be number 2.
I agree. What about you, Yoz? Underperformed, underachieved, overachieved, surprise?
In the West, yeah.
Yeah.
So in the West, there's a couple. So like, for example, I was surprised at the Trailblazers because only for the fact that everyone talked up Scoot so much when he was coming in, that he's going to be Rookie of the Year, he's this, he's that, he's unbelievable. And no shot at him. He's a rookie. He's getting his game together still. But some of the pieces they have there, you know, you'd think they'd be doing a lot better than they are. And to be honest, the main surprise to me was Lakers and Mavs. Lakers have shown the team that they are capable of being. Lakers, to me, should be much higher than they're sitting because they're a better team than what the standings show. Mavericks as well. They shouldn't be in that position. I know there's some defensive issues with that team and whatnot, but with a player like Luka Doncic and a player like Kyrie Irving, mate, they should not be sitting that low. Not at all. For me, the biggest one though was the Lakers, because the Lakers should honestly, the way they're playing, they're a team. They're built for a 7-game series. They've got great players around. He has great players around LeBron, right? They've stayed reasonably healthy. Gabe Vincent's still out and Vanderbilt's out, but the players have got, they can perform. Like you have Austin Reeves, like what is it today? He dropped another 20. You've got Russell. Look, we're forgetting they were going to trade away Russell not long ago. And
Daylight.
He was performing. If it wasn't for him today, they wouldn't win the game. Like this.
Yeah, agreed.
He is like they say AD and LeBron. No, Russell and LeBron. Russell, because he brings a lot more to that team when you need a win.
Yeah, Russell's no surprise with these patchy games. I mean, he did this in Golden State. He's done this in Brooklyn. It's no surprise there. But can you rely on him?
I wouldn't.
Nabs, Golden State wasn't patchy. Golden State, he balled the entire time he was there, bro. Like he balled. It's when he got traded again. That's when he became that patchy dude. But at Golden State, like I know you're a fan, but so you obviously remember he took control of that. Like he surprised the hell out of everyone the way he was playing.
Yeah, but that was the year
did you ask me about
that was the year that Paul and Eric Paschal, were shout out to Eric Paschal. I don't know where you're playing. I don't know which part of the arse end of Africa you're in, playing in like a.
I don't think he's playing basketball.
A social comp somewhere. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened, man. You're one of the best prospects in that year. That was when they had James Wiseman and no, that was before.
No, but that's when
Golden
State were trying to build the next core to take over. From
So I think D'Lo didn't really play with much
expectations.
There wasn't. I don't think there was a lot of pressure on him. But
to still be able to perform at that level in the NBA.
No doubt. But there's never a question about his skill. I mean, the guy's a baller.
It's just when he rocks up to play.
I don't think you can rely on him.
So he was at Timberwolves before LA, right? Timberwolves was a
horrible
spot for him.
Yeah, but that was his decision.
Horrible spot for him.
That was his decision. I made moves. Yeah.
We don't make
smart horrible spot
all the time.
You know why it was a horrible spot for him? Do you know why it was a horrible spot for him?
Too many ball dominant players.
It's because Minnesota hadn't decided on whose team was it. Was it still Cats or was it Ant-Man's?
No, that was before.
Yeah, but that's it's too many ball dominant players, bro. Ant-Man was just a young rook.
Yeah.
So you had Karl Anthony Towns who always needed the ball. You had Mike Collins there. You had Ant-Man, but he was a rook, right? And you had him. And then you had Rudy Gobert, yeah?
Rudy Gobert came in that first season, yeah.
But it was
a mosh pit of
Hang on. You guys, this was the post Jimmy Butler era. So that was still, I think they had post-traumatic Butler syndrome.
No, but we're talking about D'Lo specifically, why he had a bad season.
There was many games he wasn't even shooting the ball much, and I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy is known for being a scorer. Why is he?
That was disorganized.
Yeah, look, I just don't think you can rely on him, especially in the postseason.
But that's the thing.
It's good.
They rely on LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But if
Yeah,
they can get 20 points, that's good enough.
yeah, contributions are definitely valuable. I agree with you because they're relying on Rui a little bit too much.
Hey,
in that-
Rui is overachieving.
Yeah, come on, man.
No,
They had to put him on the bench.
No, he's
Yeah, he
starting
should be.
now.
Yeah, I said they had to put him on the bench.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he should
yeah.
be achieving that type of like build, that type of style of play. He should be able to get to that hole like at will. But the thing is, Russell Westbrook, right? No, sorry, D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell.
Or is it-
D'Lo.
So D'Lo, right? At Lakers, you've got him. You've got Austin Reeves giving you 20 on a good night, like actually on a lot of nights. You've got AD, what, 20 points, 15, 20 points. LeBron James, 25 to 30 points. When we're talking about in the playoffs, man, there's too many options that can score. Everyone in that lineup can score.
Yeah, I'm with
And
you. I'm with you.
D'Lo gets hot.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just saying that there's a lot of variables that need to be worked out in order for that to happen. That a lot of things have to go right for that to happen. I mean, you're seeing LeBron on the bench. You know, what's he complaining about? What's his issue? Is it a foot or ankle or something?
No, it's a resting.
It's
No, he's resting. Let's be honest, he's resting.
And now,
being honest, being off, but there's a difference. Being honest and then taking what they say. So we're basing it on what they say. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're not allowed to say rest anymore. They get fined.
yeah. So he's talking
they
about
have
it's the
to
same
fake
issue that I had at the All-Star break. It was the ankle, and it's still giving me some issues. But yeah, like
It's
I'm
been
with you
on
on that.
all season.
yeah. So, I mean, if you want to read into a little bit of the conspiracy, he had a launch of a couple of Liverpool collabs while he's been out. So, you know, you can call that,
Yeah.
you know, fortuitous. You can call that timed well, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's always a little bit suspicious.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he made Space Jam 4.
But that's the thing. LeBron James always.
always.
One thing I'll give to him is he's being honest about like when he misses games, he'll be like, "My son's playing. I don't care. I'm missing the game." He's done enough to be able to warrant that, as long as you got stars playing
Yeah.
still. But when it comes to pushing for the playoffs now, I don't think he would sit out just for that. Like maybe he wanted a rest day, but
So let's transition then. I think this fits in nicely. So let's talk about injuries a little and how they may affect the postseason. The reason why I'm a little bit hesitant with the Lakers is because of injuries. You know, old Glassbones AD today copped a shoulder and it looked like he was about to go home. So I don't know, man. Sorry,
but he's been pretty durable as of late. Like
he has. He has.
those you do have those scary moments. Are you talking about when he fell to the floor a little bit on the sideline?
Yeah. Giannis.
Yeah, so I got a bit worried there too, but I was like, when he got up, I'm like, he's all right. Like,
But he was nursing that left shoulder, I think it was, for the rest of the game.
He'll be out
You could
next
see
game.
him.
I
So
think
I don't
LeBron's
know.
going to give him a cuff if he sits out because of a shoulder.
So,
He'll sit out, bro.
so D'Lo was absolute star. I'm with you. I just think they're injury prone as a team, and when that happens in the postseason, I can't count on them. I can't rely on them to be a force. I wouldn't even be surprised if they get knocked out in the play-in. So
would you
I don't
would you
know.
say that about Michael Jordan if he was in that situation, and Scotty was injured?
If Scotty was injured,
No,
Yeah.
because Michael Jordan was successful without Scotty
up
as
against
well.
who? Which team? Up against Bad Boy Pistons?
Up against Jokic.
Nah, MJ will not let them.
So let's think about LeBron in that sense. We owe him that much, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, but at this age,
That's fine. No, I'm not doubting LeBron's. I just think he might be injured as well. Like, I'm just saying.
LeBron's definitely carrying an
I'm
injury.
just saying you're gonna have
But that's what the greats do.
Yeah.
you're gonna have
Yeah,
half
but
the
at this
team.
age.
Half the team's questionable. I just don't see it. I don't see
Yeah.
it. I want to see it. I think
I
last
also
year
think-
was.
I also think
Yeah, go
I
keep
think
going.
last year was
I was going to say I thought last year the Lakers would have been in a better position. Obviously, some of their players have developed better this year. I just thought they would have made more of a, I just felt like the narrative was for them last year, more so.
the
But I
narrative.
don't know.
They're always going to give them that narrative, man.
Yeah,
that narrative is always.
I just think
As long as
LeBron's won.
he'll be in the league.
He's had a lot of success this year. That's why I'm saying. So I don't think anyone's going to be upset if he doesn't go deep. I don't know.
I'm thinking more about
don't
himself. I'm thinking more about him, not everyone else. Like in my eyes, I believe this could possibly be the year where he gets his fifth and last. Like everyone's counting them out. I heard something the other day from what was it? Stephen A. Smith and who else?
Oh, that
Well, they were
NFL
saying,
player.
no, they're saying, no one's worried about the Lakers. Chuck. No one's worried about the Lakers. No one's worried about Golden State. They're two teams that I swear to God, 7-game series, they're gonna mess shit up.
Yeah.
Healthy.
I agree with you. I just think the Lakers out of the two, actually, you know what? I can't even say. I'd have to almost say the same thing about the Warriors in terms of health. I'm concerned. I mean, Curry. There was 2 reports. I think there's something off about him as well. I don't know if he's as healthy as they say
He's
he
had to
is.
do a lot this year.
I know he twisted his ankle the other day, one of those toe drag twisting. So that tends to happen when you're tired or something like that. It's not common to
The
twist.
MRI came back clean.
Yeah. No, look at. With the shoes that he's got, they're quite wide base. I don't see it being a big injury, but the way that he twisted, it wasn't just a roll.
Yeah.
It was his toe dragging. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're the
I don't
worst.
know. I'm a bit worried.
Usually when you go over forwards on your toe like that, and then it can go left and right, it usually can affect your ATFL. So it's very lucky you didn't tear that ATFL, because if that's done, he's out for 8 months.
But even when you do that, I did it a few games ago. I'm not Curry, but it comes from a lack of either concentration or lack of, or you're tired, or there's something else.
Fatigue, yeah.
Yeah, there's something else there. It could be a re-aggravation or an injury or something else. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I just don't know about that. And I was surprised Wiggins is back as soon as he was. I mean, they were expecting him to be gone for a while with that personal issue.
Again?
No, he's back.
Yeah,
but they didn't know when he was going to be back.
Not the same player.
No, he's all right. And then, of course, Chris Paul, you never know. So I don't know. I'd have to say the same thing almost about the Warriors.
You're right now. You're right, Moz. But Moz is right. Wiggins, when he went without personal leave last year for so long and came back, he was not the same player. He was completely different. He'd gone from being like one of the, like he was scoring. His defense was hectic.
He was their,
and he's a
on defensive wise, he was their defensive anchor.
Yeah, and he's a non-factor again. Irrelevant.
Yeah. That's crazy how his career switches, man.
That's how he was at the Timberwolves, and that's when Golden State got him.
He reverted to his Timberwolves days.
So the other
another
injuries,
player that was predicted to be
very big.
Go on, yours.
Oh no, I was just saying he was another player that was predicted to be very big. Like he had that potential.
So the other injuries, I mean,
To Butler.
Cat's a massive one. We briefly mentioned it before. That takes the Timberwolves.
Zesty Cats.
To me, that takes the Timberwolves completely out.
Very bad. It was it affects them bad, but like I was saying before, Timberwolves is my surprise. I did not picture them second or in the top 5, to be honest. What about you guys?
Do you know what his injury was?
He's got a torn meniscus.
I thought he tore his vagina.
Same. It's around that same area.
Yeah, I didn't expect Timberwolves. I mean, they had a good run, but you look at the Jazz. The Jazz were having an awesome start to the season, and I told you it wasn't going to last. And surely enough,
Last season they were playing really well. It translated to start of this season, and it just
because they traded away some of their key players.
So Cat's a massive loss. Yeah, we all agree. You don't see
even with Cat. Where did you see Timberwolves going?
Another Pat Bev situation. I didn't see them going.
Nah,
it's not really a big loss then, is it?
I actually saw this year with Ant and Cat together and Rudy. I saw they're a legitimate contender this year.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mike Conley's been underappreciated this year, man. He's bringing a lot to that team.
Yeah, but it's not enough. We saw
He's
it today.
Yeah, that's right.
He balled out. He played his heart out. Just wasn't. He couldn't
well,
make the top shots.
Let's be real, Nabs. Timberwolves should have won today. They lost because of Rudy Gobert and his money. That's literally why they lost. Sending him into overtime, giving him a free throw.
Otherwise, they would have won.
It's the idiot. Like with his covert. He's an idiot, bro. Like he just has to do the dumbest things at the dumbest times. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that.
What do you call it? The Dundee Award? What was it? The Dundee Award?
The Office.
Was that the first altercation he's had with Scott Foster? I don't think it warranted him doing the $sign.
Yeah, this comes into what I was saying. They're just young and dumb, those two teams,
No, I don't think Rudy Gobert's young. He's what, 32?
No, as a team, I'm saying maturity
He's
level.
French, though.
But if they had Rudy Gobert, they would have won that game, and Lakers would be 34 wins.
So injury for Cat, you're saying it's a non-issue
for playoff situation, like expectations of Timberwolves, non-issue. I don't think you, me, or yours expected Timberwolves to come out of the West, even with Cat. You agree, yours?
I agree, man. I agree.
Yeah. So it's a non-factor then.
I think one more year, of maturity for Anthony Edwards might have made things interesting if they had Cat.
Ant-Man's.
But yeah, I still, my gut feeling was they weren't going to go deep.
Yeah. So we all feel the same way then.
All right. So the other injuries.
What about Devin Booker then? He's out 10 plus games.
I think he'll be back for the playoffs, and he'll come back strong.
Are they going to win? Look, we got Devin Booker out, and Bradley Beal's the new glass bones king. Is KD going to be enough to drag a under depth Suns team to a top 5 position?
Yours?
Is KD going to be enough
to drag an under depth Phoenix Suns team to the top 5 position?
Phoenix.
They don't have depth.
I'm not going to talk about it without Devin Booker.
Yeah, see, they haven't got Devin Booker.
Why are you worried about top 5? Playoffs. Do you think they'll go deep?
I don't know, man. They get hurt too much. But my rule has always been the same for playoffs. If you don't have depth, you're not going to make it. Every year. I don't care which team it is.
Yeah.
If your team does not have depth, you can't make it far.
Yeah, you get battered and bruised. I
Yeah.
mean,
So then that's how I feel about Phoenix. They're not going to make it far.
Yoz, what do you think with Devin Booker's injury? You think that it affects them in the postseason?
Without Booker,
So he's tipped to be back, I think, next couple of weeks.
In 2
So-
weeks, is that going to be enough for them to recuperate?
sorry, ask that again, mate. Sorry, we cut out a little bit.
So Booker's out, scheduled to be out for a little bit over 2 weeks. Is that enough
Oh, then what's
time for them to
Is it-
recuperate?
to reach the
and make
postseason?
it- Huh? Can you hear me, yours?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
So if I understood your question correctly, please correct me if I didn't. So, is there enough time for Devin Booker to recuperate to make a legitimate playoff run?
Yes.
100%. 100%. I don't think their team is deep enough to win the to make it all the way. So I agree with you there, Moz. Like they don't have enough depth within their bench, and even on the starting lineup, that team's pretty much just those three. I'm not even including Beal, Nucic,
Nurkic.
Durant, and Booker, and
Yeah.
those three together, like they'll make a good run. But I don't see them winning, even getting to the conference finals, mate. No way.
I don't think physically they'll last. Physically, like health-wise, they won't last that long.
So the other injury got nothing to do with the playoffs.
Steph Curry.
Actually, we should let's finish it on the injuries. Simmons.
Oh my God!
We have to say it.
Isn't he from Melbourne?
We haven't spoken about Simmons for a while.
Isn't he from? Isn't he the Melbourne ambassador for basketball?
Bro,
So-
this guy's tampon fell out.
So Ben Simmons, he's out for the season.
But he's playing in the Olympics.
No,
Yeah, I
he's
don't know.
not. I told you. There's no way. We don't want him.
But he's already got his jersey.
Look, Ben Simmons and the NBA, it's almost like they're in a weird rom-com movie of will they, won't they? You know, you never know
Poor fellow.
if
bro.
they're ever going to be together, the NBA and Ben Simmons.
Poor
I mean,
fellow.
But he has all the talent to make it. It's just, you know where it
Bro,
went downhill.
he's made it.
You know where it went downhill for him when he
Kendall
got
Jenner?
together with the Kardashian. Yeah, he got
the
curved.
brothers made over $120 million, and what he's scheduled to make another $39 million next year, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah,
You tell
man.
me one day he'll make it.
American.
His brothers made it. He should just run off into the sunset on his jahash and just disappear.
Yeah, but listen, if he was healthy, imagine the wonders he would do for the Boomers team.
Habibi, enough of these imaginings. Like this guy, imagine he was like a man. That's a better thing. Imagine he's a man and he just got the job done, got out there and did it. Oh, your back hurts. So did Tracy McGrady.
Oh,
He
yeah.
played. Pippen played. Like, man up. You little man. I don't want to say something. I don't want to. Yeah.
So is
Ben
he
Simmons, you let me down,
disowned as a Melbourne native?
bro. He disowned himself from Melbourne. He disowned himself from Australia. Don't
He's
come
not
back.
welcome.
Take his visa.
Come
Take
on.
his passport. Khad.
We're burning citizenships down here. We're not burning jerseys. We're burning citizenships.
so
Deport him, bro. The government has a rule where if you have a dual citizenship, we can be deported. Deport him.
Doesn't want him back. Doesn't want him
so
back.
you saw the meme recently that I sent about Ben Simmons sitting there with his tinted colored glasses,
Oh yeah.
and the caption read, "I want a man that doesn't play games." and then it had a picture of Ben Simmons.
He don't play games.
I saw that today. That was crazy.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of Aussies, shout out to Paddy Mills.
Oh, Paddy
Mills. I was a bit worried when he got waived,
He's still got it, bro.
but he got picked up by Miami.
South Florida.
I mean, I love the fact that he's on a potential contender. Can we call him a contender? I think they're a sleeper at
They're
best.
the underdogs. We all agree Miami's always going to be underdogs in the playoffs.
Absolutely balled out today. I think he got 13 points in 16 minutes or 16 points in 13 minutes. Looking like prime Boomers Paddy Mills. So hats off to you. Happy to see you succeeding. Another Aussie. You mentioned also, who else? Another Aussie around the league.
AMIDST, congrats on your 500th steal of your career.
Defense.
Mate, Australia are putting out some defensive weapons out there, man. Very good.
Yeah, it's
Very,
nice
very
seeing him down there with Diop as well. He's overachieved this season as well. He got put into the starting lineup.
Matisse, yeah.
No, Diop.
Oh, yes.
Breathe.
The Sudani King
Yeah, so that was
from
pretty good.
Melbourne. You guys taking him in as a Melbourne native? Huh? Everyone's from Melbourne, according to you.
Mexico.
I'm not saying this, man. I'm chilling in Mexico, bro.
Oh, man.
So, look, one thing I did want to mention. The reason I'm bringing this up is because of our recent game that we played.
Oh, still on that high.
Trash talking. I want to talk about trash talking. First of all,
Yeah.
are we for it? So let's go around. I'll start with you, Moz. Are you for trash talking in the game in general? Doesn't have to be the NBA, just in general.
I've got rules with trash talking. If you're trash talking about someone's game, I'm for it. If you're trash talking like Kevin Garnett and talking about people's wives' titties, I'm not for it because you're going to cop a slap in the head from me. I'm not going to take it. I don't think neither of us will take it. So it depends where the trash talking leads. If it's outside the game, I'm not for it. If it's inside the game, about the game, I'm for it. That's why I stand on it.
Yours?
All right, here's a good one. See, I understand. Look, I agree with Moz on a little bit, and we're Muslims. We don't like talking about wives and mothers and stuff like that. Understood that.
There's
100%.
I don't necessarily believe. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that the trash talking has to be solely about the game. I do believe that foul language, swearing, and that there's a decorum that you have to keep on the court. And the refs, if they hear you dropping the F-bomb or stuff like this, they can take you up. And I agree with that. But that's why you need to be creative with your trash talk. We were all for in the first episodes that we spoke about bringing trash talking back to the NBA because we increased taunting and bringing back energy and fandom and all this type of stuff. But at the same time, for me, I do believe you can cross over the basketball boundary with trash talking and say things about people in their personal lives. I believe it's getting into your opponent's head. And the greatest trash talkers, that's what they do. They try to say something to you to throw you off your game for the rest of the game. They try to instigate you to hit them or to get tech fouled or to get sent ejected. This is the point of trash talking, to get inside somebody's head, right? You don't necessarily have to be about the game. You can be calling someone, talking about his weight or how slow he is or how you're his dad. It's just, but it has to stay between the lines. Yeah, it's like Book and Doncic, but it needs to stay between the lines, and that has to be understood by all players across the league because none of this. I'll meet you in the hall down in the. Man,
yeah, no.
They're doing that over some dumb stuff, bro.
I'll tell you right now, I think all three of us wouldn't take that, regardless of we're ending our careers. We won't take it. If anyone talks to us like that on the court.
If someone said to me, "Hey, man, how do I put it? For example, that I'm your dad. I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
You gotta show him who the real dad is.
That's right, on the court, in the lines. And I'm going to give it to him, but like down low in the post. I'm going to slam them elbows into his ribs. And I'm going to step on his toes. And I'm going to pinch him under his arms and stuff and get to him and make him react. But
Yeah.
that's the point. Like if someone starts saying something about your mother or your sister or your wife, that's a different story. He's getting a cuff to the head, bro. Like,
Yeah,
straight up.
but we all agree we wouldn't wait till the end of the game. We're dealing with it right there and then, correct?
Nah, I want to win because that's what they want. They want you to lose. They want you to get.
See,
So
I'm
I'm like, all
different.
right, man. All right, we'll see. All right, let's go. We'll play the game.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that,
What?
man.
What, cuz?
No. Mate, the ball getting kicked into the stands and your foot's going to get greeting from my face or the other way around.
Fair enough. But yeah, so all in all, we're all for it, yeah? You for it, ref, aren't you?
So for me,
Yes.
I love the games within the game. I'm not a big trash talker. I like to get inside their head. I like to get inside their head in different ways. Like for example, the last game, you know, I was guarding that guy who's much quicker than me, and
Number 8.
I noticed the way that they wanted him to cut, and he was stopping, and I'm like, no, keep going, man, keep going. Like I'm telling him what his plays should be, and I'm following him to those spots. I'm like, yeah, no, cut. So they're the types of little things that I would do. One of my favorite, actually. So yeah, I'm not a big trash talker. I love trash talking. I have no problem with it, but for me, I prefer to do it after the game because I want to win. And I don't want to get too caught up in, you know, the distractions. I don't mind if they talk trash to me. It doesn't bother me. But what?
Just want to illustrate. The week before last, you and that chick on the sideline getting into it, screaming at her during gameplay. What are you laughing at me?
I don't think that was trash
You were
talk.
That
very
wasn't trash
involved.
talking. That wasn't
You were
trash
very
talking.
involved with her like she's just having a laugh.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see that because it So first it was, you know, the bench people.
I'm on your side though. Don't get it twisted. I'm
No,
just bringing it up. It's funny.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. So yeah, that I can see that can be trash talking. So that in that case, then I guess I can be a trash talker. But in the most part, I prefer to, you know, to let my game do the talking.
That's right. Which
but
you
I
did
love
last
it.
week.
I love it. I love trash talking. I love seeing it in the NBA. One of my favorite.
Taunting.
Yeah, definitely. One of my favorite things, actually, I'm going to shout out Kenny. Love him or hate him. There's one thing that he does that I thought was just genius. And I told him off for it. I actually told him off for it. And he told me, no, it's all right. I'm doing it for a reason. He used to knock people down. That guy was pretty solid up top.
It was a tank.
You know, he was pretty solid. And he'd take people out in the key just, you know, with his normal movements. It was pretty good. I actually enjoyed playing with him and against him. But he would actually knock him down and then be the first to try to help him up. Almost like rubbing salt in the wound.
I'll put it in perspective. When I was younger, I trash talked a lot and it was negative. As I got older, people always trash talked me to try to get in my head, right? And especially with the Jordan tat, I cop it a lot. Dumb mistake. But as I got older, everything I always did was I killed them with kindness. So they'd get to the free throw line. I'm like, next time, man, it's an easy shot. You've got this. And they miss. I'm like, it's all right, man. Oh, that was a good shot. But, you know, next time we'll go in. Keep shooting. It annoys them so much that I'm giving that positive affirmation to them. And it just keeps them off their game. Like, I think that's the best way to do it. You kill them with kindness, you know?
Yeah, so for me, without the trash talking, I do the little extra bits. So you see what I do on the foul line.
So we all have different responses to how to deal with trash talking. See,
Some people grab their nuts.
during the game, I don't hear any of the good trash talk. It's either during a timeout or when the game stopped. If I hear trash talk that goes over the boundaries, I respond to it. But other than that, during the game, I'm usually yelling at you guys to stay focused. So I usually deal with that with just ignoring the guy, and it usually pisses them off that I'm not giving them my 2 cents.
I just respond by dropping 40 and half-court shots, man. Like,
Yeah, you balled out.
He
You
killed
balled
it
out.
last season, last
40 points.
game of the season. Very nice.
baby.
So, just on the same topic, do you guys have any favorite moments in trash talking?
Yes.
In the NBA in particular, or even in your game?
Yes.
I mean, we've already covered quite a bit in our game, but in the NBA, do you have? So you've got one queued up. What's going on?
Larry Bird walking into the All-Star locker room for the 3-point contest, looks around the room and goes, "So he's coming runner-up," and just sits down. Didn't say anything more than that. That's it.
What about telling the players? I mean, you've heard from multiple players the legends of Larry Bird, telling them exactly what he's going to do, what play he's going to run, and doing it.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, that's not even trash talking. That's just rubbing it in. You guys are shit.
Yoz, do you have
What
any?
about when he said, hold on, what about when Larry Bird's like, "Well, you got a white guy guarding me for? Like, give me one of the black boys. Like, what are you disrespecting me like this for with a white guy guarding me? You can't guard me."
There's a lot of stories for Larry Bird, man. He killed it. But that's the trash talk I liked.
My favorite was Tim Hardaway, when he took it to the lane, he just stopped and screaming, "In your face!"
Against Charles Barkley? Against Charles Barkley? That was
Charles
the
was
best.
like,
But that should be what they call it, a GIF.
I love that.
In your
I
face.
used
I
to
love
use
that.
that
I love
on all
that,
my
man.
edits.
You know,
And
they give you a
also
tech
when,
foul for that shit now. You do that in the
What?
NBA now, you get tech fouled.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like when Michael Jordan was holding the ball up to Muggsy, he's like, "What are you going to do, you little bitch? You're a little
Yeah.
bitch. What are you going to do?" And after that, he never played. Like, he was pretty much irrelevant after that. Like, he said it's like it scarred him.
So this is the stuff that we miss in the NBA.
So KG was a mad shit talker. KG was an absolute mad shit talker.
Yeah, but he took it over the line
So-
multiple times.
He wouldn't shit talk Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Draymond Green had a story about him the other day. I think I can't remember where I watched it, but he was talking about how when he came into the league and the Warriors. Actually, no, it wasn't when he came into the league. It was when the Warriors were starting to become the Warriors.
The dynasty.
And they played against KG. And Dre was talking about how KG would come up to him and call him too small, and that was like a trigger for him. So he'd just get into his head and he just wouldn't let up. He just berated him the whole game. So that was pretty interesting. But for me, one of my favorites, it's actually maybe not even trash talking. Lance Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. The
Lance
blow in the
Stevenson.
ear.
I think that says a
love
lot about our games, probably, because
Yeah.
he
Lance
did those
Stevenson.
little tiny things to get under people's skin. So I don't know if you technically can call it trash talking, but yeah, Lance Stevenson was one of my favorites. His
I like
little
that.
antics, and they're the types of things that you start to see, in my opinion, elevate in the postseason, and it's already starting. I mean, we saw Jokic. I think it was against Boston. Yes. So this is again IQ, man. His basketball IQ is on another level. There was a play. There was an out of bounds play that he
Overheard?
he knew it was wrong. He knew it was a wrong call. The bench was umming and ahhing whether to challenge it or whatnot. And what he did was he pretended to tie his shoelace up, okay, to slow the game down enough for the replay to pop up and Mike Malone to call the coach's challenge.
Yeah.
That is,
That's right.
these are the little genius moves that a lot of people would call them dirty tactics, but
Shout out to Jason Kidd
they're
with
within
the coffee.
Yes, Hit me.
You know, you know.
You remember that?
Hit me.
Yeah.
So yeah, these little antics, they're difference makers in the game, in especially in the postseason when it's
Yeah,
really
100%. Any
it's really,
advantage.
yeah, definitely. When you're playing a 7-game series, you want those difference makers, those people that can get you that extra 1%, extra 0.5% even.
Agreed.
So actually, speaking of Jokic, let's play this clip. This was just a couple of things I wanted to highlight, and you guys can mention some things that you wanted to highlight as well.
Right.
But just from this week's games, so let me pop it up on the screen. There we go. So Jokic. Now, to me, this is a foul all day, every day. And the commentators and everyone was going on about how good it was and whatnot. Let's watch the clip. I might mute it. All right, let's roll the clip.
Bully ball.
There's no one around.
Bully ball. Those was the
Look at the
helping
extension
defense.
on that.
But this is why the Celtics are going to struggle in the playoffs. They don't have a big body in the paint to defend. There's no solid interior defender. Do you agree, Oz?
Yeah, well, that's because they went and got Porzingis, and he's a stretch. I mean, he ain't going to be sitting down there. He's not strong enough. He's not good defensively enough. And Al Horford's not going to do it. Like, that's why I say they're exposed. I think mentally they're weak.
I can't believe they got rid of Robert Williams, the third.
I know, right? He's actually a very good little addition to that team, man. Like, I think you're going to ask if I think Tatum's going to be asked to do way too much, and I think Jaylen Brown is consistent enough to perform under pressure.
So they're the little. So
really
we spoke about the little. We spoke about little antics that will, be difference makers in the playoffs. The one variable that you just can never really work out is the refs, and that. I mean, we just keep seeing it every week. It's just ridiculous. Even in the game today, I mean, Dinwiddie kicked the crap out of that ball. There was no way that was unintentional. Yes, it was in the dying seconds. Yes, the Bucks should have lost that game. They didn't deserve to win that game. But that was a kick. They replayed it, and still they didn't overturn the call. They didn't change the call. This is the rubbish that you just don't want to see in the NBA. Let the teams play. Let the teams win and lose based on how they played. Call the game the right way. That foul on Jokic, on Porzingis before, that was, I mean, there was no one around. It's wide open for everyone to see. There was a clear extension. He extended his arm. He pushed off. No call. And we're seeing this time and time again, week in, week out, day in, day out. It's just ridiculous. Yes, you can get things wrong, but not when they're that obvious. And when you have the power of replay, this is just going to be a rubbish postseason if it stays like this.
How many refs do NBA have again?
They actually have 3. I think I said 4 last time.
Yeah.
It's not 4. That was
How many sets of eyes is that, yours?
But yeah, what do you think? I mean,
I can't trust the NBA refs to call a straight game. And like, if you're relying on the refs to help you in the game, or not help you, but if you're relying on the refs to call the game correctly, then you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially in the NBA.
Yours?
Yeah.
So
Can you hear me?
I was just talking about the variables in the postseason, and we spoke about the antics and the chess moves and different types of tactics that teams adopt. But the one variable is the referees. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. As I said last episode, like you're playing two teams. You're playing your opposition and the referee team. Other than that, playoff basketball, you got to remember the refs are not calling the same ticky-tacky type of fouls that they call during the regular season. Playoff basketball's very physical. And that's why I said I thought Embiid might struggle during the playoffs, because they solely rely on him getting to the free throw line off those fake shots that he ends up at the free throw line all the time. You're not getting those goals in the playoffs. So I do believe that it'll be a lot tougher, and there won't be a lot of what we're seeing today, unless it goes to a game 7. So game 7s is where it's going to really, really see the variables from the referees. Other than that, I don't think they're a major factor in determining the outcome of the games during playoffs, because it's playoff time, baby. Like then it's not like the regular season at all.
100%.
You just got to stop. You just got to make sure you don't get to a game 7. Get the job done.
I agree. Especially if you've got Scott Foster refereeing the game. You love Scott Foster, eh?
He's a gentleman.
So what about your thoughts, Snabs?
Yeah, look, again, I hate seeing referees determine games when some of those things just look so sus. I've seen bad calls happen, but yeah, at the level that we're seeing it, at the frequency we're seeing it, it's really disappointing, and it just ruins it for me. But still, basketball, love watching it, so I don't mind. I'll cop it. I'll accept it for what it is, the entertainment factor of the NBA. There was one other thing I wanted to show, the Anthony Edwards block that I'm sure we've all seen.
Oh.
Absolutely. And look, he's reminding me a lot of Ja Morant with this play. He's just throwing his body at unnecessarily.
I see
They
Michael
lose the
Jordan.
game.
I see what
But
people.
But they lose the game. It's fine. You know, I get that you're intense and whatever, but you've just lost Cat. What are you trying to do?
He's got that
Derail?
tenacity to win at any cost.
You want to derail your whole run?
See, now what I see, before I was a bit skeptical, like I saw glimpses, but I didn't like the narrative being pushed because I thought it was too early to be giving this guy an ego like that. But how he's responded to that is amazing. And I do see it. I see Michael Jordan. I see the intensity, the disregard for his own safety just to get a win. I see Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That exact play I've seen happen to Michael Jordan, smashing his head on the backboard on a chase down block, running at 100 miles an hour. And this was before the NBA. So it wasn't like he had to do this. But it was just that innate want to compete ingrained in him that you're not thinking about your safety at all.
Mm-hmm.
He went down 3 or 4 times in that game.
So
that's what the greats, and this is what we said before about the greats. This is what the greats do. They play through the pain. They don't care about the pain. The pain is losing. That's the real pain.
Yeah.
So this is a play. This is a play. Let's play it.
You can mute it.
So this is every angle.
Man. But I load him. He's hyped up over that block, man. Bang, hit his head. I don't care.
Can't believe what I just saw. I saw a man fly.
Far out.
See that right there? That right there?
Ooh. He'll feel that tomorrow.
See, I think the majority of the impact on the ring was his arm on the backboard. So I think a little bit of the head, but the majority of that was his arm.
Right, he was full horizontal to the ground.
Yeah, this is what scared the crap out of me. That scene right there.
It's exactly what happened to you.
That's how I broke my kneecap. So I came falling horizontally, obviously not from that height. But I jumped up as high as I could jump. and my legs got taken out from me at the peak, and I was falling horizontally like that. The difference is I had someone in front of me and my knee came first, not my feet. My knee came down first. And yeah, when I saw that,
the risky part of an injury like coming down like that is actually your wrists. So you fall and you catch yourself with your wrists and you tear that that ligament that connects your lunate and scaphoid, bro. You won't be shooting for years. And when you come
He
back,
landed on someone as well.
his leg hit the player on the ground.
Yeah,
But look at this, look at this person's face. Right
yeah,
there.
man. Man, what a block! Whoa, his foot landed somewhere.
Man, the momentum, he could have done a flip.
but you see those wrists when he comes down, that's a real worrying thing. Because even if he has torn those, he won't realize until a lot longer after.
Aaron Naismith is gonna feel that. He's made up.
Yeah, that came.
Oh, he landed on his made up.
Yeah, he's not having any babies. Yeah, so that's high intensity. That's awesome.
The Ant-Man, man.
But this is
What a talent.
This is the immaturity that I think is gonna be a problem for them.
That was a game-winning block, but
Yeah, that's
Yep.
fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, nah, man.
But we're talking about a rubbish game for them. Really.
Nah, game-winning block,
I
man.
don't see. I agree with you, Moz. I don't see that as immaturity. I see immaturity in players that won't put their body on the line, weren't getting paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to win. Like, to say that it's a rubbish game, fair enough. That's an opinion. Like, they're going to the playoffs regardless, right? So technically, yeah, rubbish game. But that just shows the want to win, the want to push through. Like, you want to see that in the playoffs. Is it immature if he plays like that in the playoffs?
No.
No way.
But that's in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's my
but-
point.
He's building good habits outside the
You have to
playoffs are going to
activate-
translate.
Players that are that type of player, they can't just switch that off. That's something that burns inside of them. Like, it doesn't matter when it is. Like, Michael Jordan came back with a broken foot to push for the playoffs, even though they were tanking at the time, and still they didn't make it past the first round. But was that immature of him to push through that broken foot just to try and make a run?
The doctors said yes.
But do
I
you
know.
say yes, or do you say that's
No.
what I want to see in a player?
That built his legacy.
Right? And this is what's
Yeah,
going to
man.
build Ant's legacy.
Yeah,
How
this
you say?
isn't that game, man. This is not that game.
No, it's not about
Okay.
the game.
This is
It's
not
about
that game.
hold on.
This
player.
is not that run.
You misunderstood. So Jordan came back outside of the playoffs. They had no chance. Like, they weren't head to the playoffs. And he came back with a broken foot, forced his way onto the court and played. It would have just been a regular game if he didn't play. Nothing special. So to say that's not the game, it's not about a certain game that matters. It's about
the
that
player.
player.
Yeah.
It's the same similarity. It's the
It's
want,
not that.
not the want, the need to win.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying with Michael Jordan. I'm just saying that I don't think that's comparable to this game. Michael
why
Jordan
though?
wanted to make the playoffs. These guys have already made the playoffs. Okay.
Michael Jordan wanted to
He's
play.
player-
That's the main thing.
He's the main player on the Timberwolves just recently, just this week, got ruled out for indefinitely, they say. So it could be the whole
He has to
season.
go to the I know. He has to go gynecologist, get scans, all that stuff. I know.
So what I'm saying is this guy needs to lead the team. Okay. If he's gonna want to build his legacy, he's got to do it in the postseason. So why would you do that? Like, don't get me wrong. He gave us one of the highlights of the year. Okay. That's amazing. I'm just thinking it's not a smart, mature move. And that's the type of team that I see the Timberwolves where they're at right now.
Yeah, but look, I'm
They're
not going to
a
elaborate
chess-
too much.
They're not a chess playing. They're not a chess playing team. They're a
I
shoot 'em
disagree.
up type team.
I disagree. As a
Yeah.
fan, I want to see a player like that go hard to the wall until the whistle's blown and give it the all like Westbrook was, even though Westbrook
Look,
wasn't the best player that we thought he was going to be.
Come on, man.
More.
as
When
a
we're on
fan-
the court,
Moz.
you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't have that hops to do
Moz.
that.
That's not my point.
Yeah.
Did you see him? Hold on. Did you see him last week trying to keep that ball in and nearly injure his whole body?
Yeah, but we were losing.
Talk about Moz here.
Yeah, I keep going.
We were losing. We were losing.
We won.
We weren't winning at the time. I think that's when they were making their comeback.
Look, we
It
weren't
doesn't
losing.
matter.
1, 2. Let me bring it back to. Let me bring it back to NBA for a second, right? Moz,
Yo.
you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So Anthony Edwards, right?
Yeah.
This is where I disagree. I'm not going to elaborate too much on it because I don't want to go too far into this topic. But how I see it is, how many seconds were left? It was the end of the game, right?
And
It was
a
a game
buzzer
winner.
beater.
It was a game winning. It was a game-winning shot that he blocked, right? So in that moment,
Correct.
it doesn't show immaturity. It shows instinct. The instinct to quickly stop that shot. By all means, he's not thinking, "Oh, am I going to injure? Or do we need to win? Or do we need to make play?" That's a natural instinct. It's like someone burns you with a cigarette, and you're like, it's a natural instinct for a baller like that. That you need to stop that. There's a few seconds left. Oh shit, I'm going to stop it. It's not thinking about, am I mature enough? Like, obviously not thinking that way, but it doesn't illustrate his lack of maturity. It just illustrates how his instincts are in the game of basketball. And that's what I say you need to see as a coach, as a
Hang on. Look, I don't want to get too deep into it, but what you just described was basically the definition of immaturity. Okay, they're not able to control their own instinct.
No. That's not a definition of immaturity. That's not it. That's not a definition of immaturity at all, mate.
So having a lack of
what I'm
control
saying
is mature.
Having a lack of what?
Control.
It's not a lack of control. Your job is basketball player. Immaturity is not having that reflex or instinct because you are not being what you were meant to be. You're not doing what you're getting paid to do. Maturity is showing up for what you're paid to do and just not having to think twice, have that instinct and play. That's something that players aren't all ingrained with. Unfortunately, you have players in a league that don't give a crap about NBA or basketball. They're just doing it because they've got the height, they've got the talent.
Yeah, but you've gone to the complete opposite end of the scale. That's not what I'm arguing.
No, I'm giving that was just an example. That's immaturity. Yeah. That's immaturity. Maturity is going out every night and doing what you're paid to do. And just having that. Like instincts is your second nature, mate. Like you only get a handful of players that have that. And that's exactly what you want as a teammate, as a coach, as a fan, as a player.
Yusuf, Yoz, listen to me, okay? Compare Jokic, his instincts, to Anthony Edwards' instincts. Now you're going to tell me he's not as athletic, and forget that. What I'm saying is there's a certain level of control. There's a certain level of player. So there's a certain level of control that they pose, okay, that they both have, that one of them has more than the other. Okay, that's my point. And Ja Morant has that same. Ja Morant has that same instinct, and I think he started becoming a little bit more mature with his style of play for that short period. Giannis is a downhill player. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know with Giannis.
Is it immaturity that he puts his body on the line when he doesn't need to?
I don't know. I don't know with Giannis.
Let's have a vote. There's three of us. Mature or immature? Immature?
I have a better example than Giannis.
Mature or what?
Wait. I have a better example than Giannis. Can we use a better example than Giannis? You said comparable player, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Comparable player, yeah.
with the same instinct to win at all costs. Yes?
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
And
Would you say the Mamba mentality is immature? Yeah, but would you say the Mamba mentality is immature?
People did. I don't. Like, people did at the time.
Yeah,
They
but
thought,
I'm asking Nabs. I'm asking Nabs.
Yeah.
what do you mean?
The Mamba mentality legacy, did you consider that immature?
So he played with a chip on his shoulder. Is that what you're talking
He
about?
did everything he could to win at all costs. If he had Ant-Man's hops, he would have done the same thing.
Facts.
Hang on. We're
And if
talking
he did
about
it, he would have grilled you on that.
we're talking about a game that doesn't matter. They're not likely to even
Even if it was this exact game.
Indiana and Minnesota are not likely to even see each other. Now, I don't know. I'd have to see examples of Kobe actually doing something like
Look
that.
at the game he destroyed his Achilles. Did that game matter?
Moz.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Moz.
Yeah.
So a good example is just bringing back the All-Star game. So going back to the All-Star game, playing hard in the All-Star game, is that immature? Technically, it should be by your standard. Because it doesn't mean nothing.
You mean Nabs, not me.
You can risk your season. You can risk your playoff run if you play hard and injure yourself in the All-Star game. Is it immature? Or should they
Are you asking Nabs or me?
Yeah, but what
But
are we asking?
by that standard, that's the same standard, is it not?
No, I agree with you.
Hang on.
Yeah, I know you do.
What?
I know you do.
Yeah.
Why is it always extremes? Hang on. I'm not asking them to
That's not an
play
extreme.
balls out. I'm not asking them to play balls out for the All-Star game.
No, but we're arguing this is their natural instinct to the game, regardless of which game they're playing.
Exactly. Look,
This is how they're going to play regardless.
No, but then you've got smarter players who wouldn't put themselves in that position.
Yeah, but this is why I was bringing up the example of Kobe
Okay.
Bryant.
Yeah, and I'm saying,
Yeah.
okay, I'm saying that shows a lack of maturity. Yeah, if you don't have control over your own emotions, body, instincts, whatever you want to call it, that shows a lack of maturity. Yeah,
But then you can
In
relay
life.
that to MJ as well.
that's fine.
Okay, then that's it.
That's
agree,
fine.
agree to
In life.
disagree.
That's fine. And then
I'm with you
people
there,
will
Maz.
argue the reason why MJ didn't have a long career is because of that lack of maturity on his body compared to LeBron.
what?
No, he did.
Who argues
MJ
that?
didn't leave the league because of
I'm
injury.
saying
Who argues
LeBron's
that?
longevity,
No,
LeBron's longevity is touted for how he takes care of his body.
No. Michael Jordan did not finish his career because of his body. He finished his career because of the stupidity
Because
of the ownership.
front office,
Chicago Bulls.
coaching, and
If the Chicago Bulls
That's
kept
right.
that team together, he would have played for another 6 seasons. Easy.
man,
Then
I
we
don't know
would
where
have
you
said
heard that argument.
longevity.
I'm just
I don't know where
saying.
Nab said that argument at all, but that is so wrong, man. Like, that's an argument LeBron fans make now with regards to Jordan, who never even watched Jordan play. Like,
Hang
that's
on,
not
hang
an
on.
argument that anyone
What
ever
argument
brings
am I making?
forward.
Okay, what argument am I making?
Saying that saying that there was a level of immaturity, and that's why Michael Jordan didn't keep playing. That's what you said.
No. I'm saying some
Is
would
that what he
argue
said,
that.
Yeah,
They,
some. Who, you?
some would argue.
Yeah, but that's what I meant. I
But
haven't
we
heard
want to
that
know your
argument.
position. What's your position?
I'm waiting till
Easy
he's
saying
finished.
some.
Okay. Go. We'll give it over to Nabs to explain.
Yalla.
All I'm saying is not having control over your own body, your own faculties, shows a lack of maturity. Okay? That is the underlying point of everything.
Cop out.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. That's my position.
Cop out. You just said to Moz, you're going to tell him your view on that, what he just said, and then you just went back to what you said.
Why? So you can pick apart words just so you can
No,
win an
He
argument?
said,
I'm fine with
Have you
you
been-
winning
Moz
whatever
said
you want to win. I'm telling you the underlying point, which is
Okay.
the most important thing that we're discussing, is if you don't have control over your
So-
faculties, if you don't have control over your emotions, yes, that is a lack of maturity.
who said he hasn't got, like, this is where, okay, I have to be straight with you. We're talking about a subject. I gave my take, right? Then you said with my take, why are you going to extremes? Then I gave you another take. You said, again, why the extremes? So anything that I speak on to sort of compare it, meanwhile, you compared it with Jokic. I would find that more extreme because it's complete different players, right?
I'm
Then
not
you
looking
said
at
something
the
about
play
Michael
style.
Jordan.
Okay.
Then you said something about Michael Jordan.
Is the
Then
lack of
Moz asked
maturity
you a
about
question.
play styles? Is the
Hold on.
question about
Then
maturity about play styles?
You're bringing emotion into it. There was nothing to do with emotion. It was
That's what
instinct
maturity
purely.
is.
I said, yeah, I was talking about his instinct purely as a player. That's what you want in your elite players. Instinct is not emotion.
You said, okay,
Instinct.
the way you described it, they didn't know how to switch it off. That's a lack of maturity.
No, I said instinct means you got what, 3 or 5 seconds on the clock. Someone's
Then
going
you put
to
your
hit a
body
game
on the
winner.
line.
Your instinct as an elite basketball player is to instantly stop it. It's not emotions. It's not a lack of maturity. That's what you want in elite players. And going back to what Moz said about Kobe, if a player was on the team with Kobe, do you think Kobe's going to say, "Oh, this game's not important. You shouldn't have even blocked that"? What would his mentality have been? Why didn't you block that shot? You were there. You could have stopped it.
100%.
Yeah, and the reason why I went on Jordan is I wasn't trying to get a win on you. It's because Moz said something to you. So I just want to get your view. And you said, okay, I'll give it. And then you didn't. So I asked you, so what's your view?
I told you my view. My view is that...
But your view is so let me get this straight. You're saying that if the game like this one doesn't matter, it's not worth risking your season for it. Is that correct?
100%.
Okay, that's it.
100%.
I disagree and say you go get that win no matter the cost, and we'll worry about it after the game. That's it.
Because you're not thinking about, I'm going to get injured on this play.
Okay, there was another player in position, okay? He had to literally jump over his own player to do that. That's a dumb move.
His player. He knows his teammate. He knows his player.
That's
he knows they're not going to stop that ball.
It's a dumb move.
In your opinion, that's fine.
I can't agree with you because
you do that.
Listen, you're talking to someone that pushes his own players into defenders to make sure we get the win. So I can't agree with you.
You pushed me the other. You know you did that. You know the ref comes up to me. The ref comes up to me afterwards. He goes, "Yeah, you did." Because you're sitting there going, "No, I didn't."
But
I went for the rebound, and he pushes me out of the way for the.
I will dive at every loose ball. I will push my players into the other team to stop. I don't care.
I used to do that.
Do not
because they're not playing defense. You push them into it. D up, man. Like they did it to LeBron.
No,
hang on.
I know yours wasn't defense. I'm saying when we've done that in the past, you're in the post and somebody's not manning up their man, you push them in the back into the player.
Yeah.
But
my case is different. My case is instead of throwing the arm at you, I'm throwing a body at you.
That's right.
So let's transition. Look, we spoke about some of the interesting things that have happened.
But
is there anything that you guys wanted to bring up?
Look, we all had different takes, and it was interesting to see how we all look at the game differently.
Do we though?
Yeah, 100%.
I think when it comes to the end of the game, like for example, what you're saying is last week's game. I'm referring to our one, yeah, Nabs. Last week's game for us really didn't matter because we're going to make the semis regardless. So what you're saying is if there was a situation where it was a buzzer beater and we had a chance to get a stop on the defense, you're saying you would have just let it go. Is that correct?
No. I'm saying
I misunderstood you.
I'm saying I wouldn't. Hang on. I'm saying I wouldn't do that.
Go for a block?
No.
What do you mean?
Put your body on the line.
Look, I guarantee you, he did not know his shoulder was going to be at the backboard.
That's right.
Forget him.
Point. It's instinct.
This guy, Naismith, had beat. Is that Connolly? Is that number 10?
Mike Conley.
Okay, and then look who's there in front of him. He's in the best position for that block.
Yeah, but look at lackluster. He's not really even trying.
Hang on. What I'm saying is,
That's right, man.
what I'm saying is to answer your question about would I have done that in the last game, I would have tried to get the win no matter what, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm not going to take myself out of contention for the semis or put myself in a position to injure myself and not be available, because that would be a letdown for the team and show a lack of maturity.
But so bringing up this point here, you're saying is if Yusuf is my Conley, and I don't know who that guy is in the middle, if
Bro,
that's
I'm
me in the middle,
Edwards.
and you're Ant-Man Edwards, you're saying you want to go up for the block, you would say it's my responsibility to get that block. Is that correct?
If I was the defender that's defending Naismith or in the best position to defend
Now,
Naismith,
if I was the middle defender with the aqua shoes
yeah,
and you're Ant-Man, are you
Yeah.
saying you wouldn't go up for the block like Ant-Man would, and you would solely have the responsibility
of the rebound
of me trying to get that block?
and get the rebound, yeah, because I'm potentially putting you at risk as well.
But your hops is like this situation here. Ant-Man's hops and your hops are greater than the person that's in the middle. So you're
KYP, Moz. It's KYP.
So
know your personnel.
you're in a greater position to get the block than the guy
So
that's
I've been,
look at him. The guy's on his heels down. He's not even preparing to jump.
yeah, I trust my players, but the difference is I've had a season-ending or a career-ending injury. Okay,
Look, I know you're saying this,
I'm not going to
but
put
I've
myself.
seen you in the game. All right, I do not believe 1 second you wouldn't go for the block.
No, not like that. Not like that.
I still think you would.
No, because
I'll
the
tell you
reason
what-
why he
I'll tell
got
you what, Moz.
horizontal was because
Yeah.
of where he did it.
Moz, that would have been me. I would have gone for that block. You know it.
I
'cause
think-
I've done my wrist. That's literally
Listen,
how
all
I did my
three of
wrist.
us,
Huh?
all three of us would have went for that block. To be honest,
I would have gone for that block.
that one would have landed on his
100%.
ground, on his ass.
No,
Because there's
all
nothing
three
that
of
hurts
us
more than
would have
losing.
not like that. Not like that.
I actually 4 of us, because Kareem would have come from behind as well.
Karim would have been that guy underneath me. That's why I'm so careful now, because he's normally the one that's putting me in an awkward situation in the air.
I think we're going to put this to a poll. We'll send this out to the to the viewers, and they can tell us if they think it's immature or not. I think that's a good engagement. We'll put a poll out there.
Yeah.
But I say leave it now.
Let's
a lot
put
of
it to
time.
bed and move on, because
Yeah.
I think we've
So was there
dragged
anything
on.
else you guys wanted to bring up? Any interesting stuff that have happened? We've spoken about quite a few already.
No, I think we touched on everything pretty much.
Cool. Well, we missed one segment, so I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know your situation over there,
The
yours.
shoe king, bro. The shoe king. We got to keep this winning what they call it,
Streak.
the winning streak alive with the shoe king. You can't.
So let's do that right now then. Moz, do you want to go over to the...
I think the king goes last. Let's look at everyone else's first.
All right.
Hey,
Yoz, you got anything on foot? What's going on over there?
Yoz
Oh,
is
look, he's going
disappearing.
to get the shoe.
Yoz, did you run away to get some shoes, huh?
No.
All right.
Today I'm not wearing nothing special because I'm out in Mexico, so I didn't want to get them too dirty. But I'm hooping
Yeah,
down around the corner at the park, and I'm wearing the Tatum ones. So I just thought I'd wear the old Tatum ones. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah.
Hang on. I can't make this bigger.
Oh, look at that. What
I can
colorway?
do this. I can do this white colorway.
Aren't they the ones that you busted?
Yeah, but I got another pair. I
Uh-huh.
just won't wear it on the court.
So
Very
these
nice.
your go-to shoes for outdoor playground pickup
100%,
games,
bro.
or
100%.
They are?
These are step back shoes. These shoes are for step backs. Like I'm not going to be jumping like
Yeah.
Ant Edwards because I don't want to be immature.
All right.
all right, Nabs, kick it off. Oh, here we go. Ooh, look at them. Give us a description, Nabs.
So these are probably one of my favorite shoes. They are the serious player only and in the My Court colorway. So you can see the branding, My Court branding. So this is the court that they test in. Serious player only team. And to me, look, this is a clean colorway.
Yeah, they look like. I have to agree.
Some
I like
would call them fake Kobe's. I don't care. They're just absolutely spectacular. So they're my kit.
Jordan 38s. I nicknamed them the Cardi B's. Hey? Blood on my shoes. Got the treads. Oh, baby. Can't tell me these aren't hot. Look at that. I dedicate this week's Shoe King tribute to Yoz. If he's still with us, you know why I'm dedicating this week to you. Hey? Loving it. Ooh, baby.
That was Kicks Cam.
Sponsored by?
Kicks Check. Not yet sponsored. Soon to be sponsored.
We're getting a sponsor,
Hopefully.
people.
So that's it. I think we'll wrap it up there. We'll leave it there on a high. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. This was quite an odd episode, trying a few things out. So
100%.
a couple of technical issues, but we'll get it sorted for the next one. Again, like, share, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, what do you think about the topics? What do you think about our kicks? Is there anything you guys want us to cover? Is there any shoes that you want us to wear that potentially we have or don't have or can get? Let us know in the comments. And again, thanks for watching. And until next time,
We out.
we out.